What's going on, y'all? So rapper, performing artist Tekashi 69 has recently come under fire from several individuals in the hip hop community, several rappers in the hip hop community like Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, and a host of other individuals that have come out and reprimanded him, or not reprimanded. They have criticized him for what the hood calls ratting. So allegedly, he told on some associates of his who were involved in the Chief Keef shooting that happened some months back. Him and Chief Keef were allegedly like they were beefing or whatever for whatever reason. And while Keef was in New York City, some individuals shot at him. So those individuals appear to be linked to Tekashi, as many assumed, and he told on them in light of the fact that he's facing a ton of years for racketeering charges, all type of other charges that he's facing. He's currently incarcerated. So this is what, and a lot of people are upset at Snoop and Ice-T for saying stuff like, "Oh, why y'all want him to stay?" Of course, he's going to tell to get out of prison and be back with his family. Why should we honor a code that keeps a man away from his family and locked up, while these other individuals who did this crime are actually, maybe walking away scot-free while this man is locked up? Why should we want this man to stay in prison and let his life rot away for a code of the streets, for the sake of the street code? Now, while I agree with the fact that, I don't think, if you didn't do a crime, why should you sit in prison for it? But this is the thing that I want people to understand. What I think Snoop and Ice-T were coming from, a place they were coming from. If you perpetuate an image of a street dude, if that's your whole image, you perpetuate an image of a street dude, you go around doing what the internet calls trolling, you antagonizing people left and right, you telling dudes to suck your D. Why are you inviting a man to your genitals? That's weird to me anyway. But you are engulfed in all this gang culture, calling people blood and disrespecting people daily, left and right, and you taking pictures and taking videos of people's baby mamas and all that type of stuff. You beefing with any and everybody, going to people's hoods, causing confusion. These type of circumstances can fall upon you. I don't wish no ill will on that man, that young man. He's 22, 23 years old, has a family, has a child, I think children, I believe. And I don't think he's a vile and heinous person. I don't think he's a vicious, vile, cruel person, but his intentions were not good. I don't think the lifestyle that he was living was not conducive to a person that never wants to be in prison, that never wants to go to jail. When you live a lifestyle like that, I'm a firm believer in the land of the law. The law of the land. The energy that you put out into the atmosphere comes back onto you. When you releasing all this negative energy into the atmosphere, and you running around acting wild and acting crazy, acting belligerent, telling everybody you hold your nuts and ain't nobody gonna do this and do that to you, and antagonizing people left and right daily. Unfortunately, these type of things happen, and what confuses me is that he's a performing artist who's not struggling for views. He had all this and maybe it was the fandom that he had was attached to the fact that he was acting wild and acting out like this. Maybe some people were attracted to that fact, but nonetheless, he was an artist that generated a lot of views on YouTube. On every song that he had songs on the radio. When I seen him perform, people coming out to see him perform, he got a huge fan base, a huge following, as you could have seen on all his social media accounts. So if you got a life that you're making money, legit money off of music, why do you want to perpetuate the lifestyle of a criminal? Why? I don't understand why rappers do that. Why do you want to live like you just this super, super street dude and do all this crazy stuff when you know it's a possibility of it either leading you to prison or a worse place, to death? And I never wished that on a young man. I made a video earlier and I was like, This is like last year when he first was getting hot and he was buzzing when he had the what's the song he had out, man? Oh my god. I forgot the name of the song. I don't listen to him often, but I know the song when I hear it. But anyway, when he had that song buzz, and I made a video and said if he doesn't be careful, he's gonna land up in prison or he's gonna end up in a worse situation. He probably don't want to get it. He probably can't get himself out of. I told him I don't understand why he can't just let his music speak for himself. Do interviews, have his fun. I understand you young, have your fun, but don't be disrespecting people left and right everywhere you go. Talking about you let your nuts hang low and all this and antagonizing everybody. It's not gonna be good for you. Like, it's not gonna be a good thing. And everybody in the comment section, all his fans came to my YouTube page and telling me I don't know what I'm talking about and he knows what he's doing and I'm hating on him and I'm just a big hater. I never had the money that he has. And yes, he got far more money than I ever had. Yes. But what good is having all that money if you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor and you locked up in prison away from your family and your friends? What good is all of that money if you cannot use it and you can't have it to celebrate life? Instead, you behind bars and you spending all of it on legal fees, trying to get yourself out of a situation that some people feel like you're not going to get out of. So I wasn't coming from a place of malice and hate when I made that video. I was trying to hopefully spread a message to the world, because I didn't believe 6ix9ine would ever see my video, but I wanted to spread a message to the world and everybody else that's looking at him and thinking that's the way you supposed to act and thinking that's the way to be, to warn them of what can happen when you out here living like that, when you living recklessly and just you asking for negativity to come to you. You just inviting drama, inviting negativity. Those are the type of things that can happen to you. You can land in prison for a very long time because somebody either tries to do something to you after you steady taunting them, and then you end up in a situation where you possibly could do something to them or they could do something to you. And it's just not good, and people didn't see that. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to steer young men away from that type of lifestyle. When you're making a certain amount of money, when you're doing good for yourself, and you're your own self-made boss, why would you want your life to be harder than what it is? Why you don't want to just enjoy your life, enjoy the fruits of your labor, have fun, go on vacations? And I understand he could have been doing all of that, but leave that street stuff alone. It's not good. It's not good. Some people think it's good for a brand. It's only good for your brand for a certain amount of time. He was even having shows getting canceled because he had so much static and so much beef with all these other different individuals around his city, around in other cities. And I didn't get it. And then you surround yourself with all these gang members and thinking that's, the way to be. And when they ain't doing nothing but extorting you, stealing money from you. They see you as a lick. They see you as what we call a stain, as a come up. They don't care nothing about your well-being. All they care about is you the breadwinner. We going to hype up and geek up everything that you do in hopes that you keep feeding us money. We keep milking you for money, keep milking you for everything that you got. And then when it stops, they turn their back on you. They turn on you. They start doing all type of crazy things to you because they're not really your friends. That's why you got to surround yourself with people that really, really care for you. I'm not all these street dudes running around, still acting wild in the streets, still acting crazy, trying to be gang members. Like, I went to school with dudes like that. I've seen these situations play out time and time again. A dude that's not really no vile, mean person. He hanging around the wrong crowd. He started getting an energy in him that's toxic. A toxic energy just comes and takes over his body, and the energy comes, he's spreading it out to the atmosphere. And that toxic energy come right back onto him. And then he's stuck in a bad situation. And that's why we have so many young men incarcerated. They was running around acting wild and acting reckless. And then we have wet pillows in prison because these young men crying on their pillows because they realize they cannot come home to their families. Man, I don't wish that on nobody. You go. Why would you want to do things to land you in prison where you can't see your children? You can't be around your people that you love. You can't even make a phone call when you want to. You can't wash up when you want to. You can't watch TV when you want to. Can't go outside when you want to. Can't go to the refrigerator and get food when you want to. Risking your freedom for an image? Forget an image, man. Live your true identity. And if that was his truth, I wish he would have grew up before that. When you get money, it's so easy to get into trouble. It's easier now because the hanger-ons, they gonna see you and just gravitate to you because you got the bread, and they gonna be willing to bring all the BS that you want all around you. All of that. And it's gonna look good like you super tough and all of that. But at some point it runs out. And I never wanted to see that man in prison or in prison away from his family or hurt or harmed. My goal in that video was to try to tell other people that follow him the dangers of living like that, or what the dangers of living like that were or are. Unfortunately, he's facing a lot of time right now, and it's super unfortunate. You know what I mean? I know his mother and his family, they didn't raise him to be like that. They didn't want him to be in a situation like that. And I know he don't want to be in that either. Which is why, allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know, he allegedly told on some individuals to lessen some time and get plead guilty to try to get lesser time than what they was trying to give him. Because he don't want to be in that situation. He know it's not a good thing. He know it's not. And my thing is, if you're going to get into that lifestyle, when it happens, you got to expect these type of consequences. You get into that lifestyle. You got to understand what you're getting into before you get into it. And if you don't, you just following a blind road. To me, following a street life is a blind road anyway. Because it's the outcome. You're going to ball for a while, have all this fun, and then eventually the police going to come looking for you, or some enemies going to come looking for you, and it's not going to end good, man. So it's a tragic tale for that young man. I'm looking at all the views he had on Instagram, on Twitter, all of that. He had a huge fan base. Huge following. People was gravitating to all his interviews, everything that he did. And I'm like, wow, he could really use this for something else, something positive. To even just promote his, I ain't saying he got to be an activist. Just promote his music and have fun and be an inviting person and just be cool. Chill out, relax, rather than just being hothead and, trying to follow the trend or trying to be a young 50, and it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But a lot of people bashed me and said that I was hating on him. And I wish I could have had the money here. Yeah, you're right. I wish I do get that money. I wish I do. I'm gonna be real with you. I want to live with the finer things too, like everybody else. But I just know that at 26, even at 16, 15, I knew that wasn't for me. Because I knew street life wasn't for me. I knew I wasn't willing to go to jail for nobody. I knew I wasn't really willing to sit in prison for somebody else did, which is the street code. A lot of people, you don't want to tell on nobody. You can't tell on nobody else if y'all all out there on the block and you didn't do it, but they grab you. You can't tell. That's the code of the street. So if you do, your family's in danger. Your mama, your sisters, your kids, people that had nothing to do with their street life. Why would I want to put myself in a trap like that? I never wanted no parts of that lifestyle, and I never will. I live a lifestyle about enjoying my life, working hard for things. I want to live a life to mentor young men, mentor young men to live right, and enjoy my family and friends and my loved ones, and the vacation, do stuff like that. I never wanted to be on the block, trying to be in shootouts with people and can't go here, can't go there because you got enemies left and right and you got to look over your shoulder in everything you do. I never wanted to, and don't get me wrong, I look over my shoulder all the time now just because the city I was raised in, but I never wanted to have enemies everywhere I go and all that type of stuff and have to worry about all that type of crazy nonsense. So I knew I wasn't committed to sitting in prison for a long time or getting shot and shootouts, all that. No, I didn't want to have them type of troubles in my life. So I knew that, and I was hoping that that young man would eventually, his eyes would open and say, you know what, this ain't the best thing for me. These situations ain't good. I shouldn't be out here doing this type of stuff. Shouldn't have these people around me. I need to just enjoy my money, chill, relax, have a good time. That's it. And he was 22, very super young man. He's 22 years old, extremely young man. It's just unfortunate that he's in a situation like that. And the old heads, like I said, man, I don't honor the street. Like I don't honor the streets. I don't. All that street stuff, because the streets, the streets is a vile, cold place. Vile, cold place. Yes, I got street smarts for sure. I got street smarts. I had to growing up where I grew up. Yes, I'm aware of the streets. Yes, I knew street dudes. Yes, I got family that was in the streets. But listen, if they still in that now, I love you. You ain't being around me. I ain't hanging with you. You know? But I have a lot of people that's, in my family that grew out of that type of stuff and that foolishness and realized that it ain't no good. So it's unfortunate that young man is in a situation that he's in. I'm not going to call him a rat and all that. I'm not doing that, taunting and teasing him and nothing like that. But unfortunately, this is a tale of the fact that the energy that you put out into the atmosphere comes back onto you. So, and maybe he was trying to clean up his image at one point. Maybe so, but I don't know if he gets out soon. I hope this is a wake up call for him and he realizes the error in his ways. Peace.